see how to use synchronized block. Suppose there is a method public void print table in print table of n, and here we are saying that print table of n. So print table of n, and then write for int I equal to I less than I plus plus, and this out, and let's say yeah, then into, and then I equals to plus n into I. Okay. So let's create threads to execute this, and create thread t1 equal to new thread new variable public void run, and from here we can call print table method by making this method static, static, and let's print table, this print table of 5 from this thread, and let's create 2 more threads. To print table of, let's say 10 and 20. Let's start these threads. t1 dot start, t2 dot start, and t3 dot start. Let's see how they behave. So print table of 5 1 2 3, then it starts printing table of 10, then 5 20. These threads are getting the hold of this method and executing randomly. So this is called race condition. This thread is trying to execute this method, this thread is also trying to execute this method, and this thread is also trying to execute this method. At a time they are fighting or trying to hold this print method. So we solved this in previous video. We solved this condition using synchronized keyword. Okay, let's see how this behaves. So let's see. The first thread gets the hold of this method and prints the table of 5. Then second method gets hold of this thread and prints table of 20, and then third method gets hold of this third thread gets hold of this and prints this table. We can solve this using synchronized block. How? Synchronized block locks on an object. So let's create an object obj equal to new object, but since we are inside static methods, we will need a static object, and we can lock on this object by saying synchronized and obj. Okay, and this is a block. So after we wrap it inside a block, this for loop is synchronized. That means that only one thread can get hold of this block and execute this in a single go. And after the thread release the lock on this object, then only another thread can get the hold of this object. Okay, so let's run this. Save this and see. First we are printing the table of 20, then this comes print table of 10. We start printing table of 10. In middle we get the third thread comes here and say that print table of 5. But this, since this the second thread have the hold of this object, it keeps printing the table of 10, and after finishing the table of 10, then the third thread gets the hold of this object and prints its table. So we can use this synchronized block to replace synchronized method when we need certain task in a method to be completed by one thread, then only another thread can get access of that, while other processes in that method does not need to be thread safe. So to make some execution in a method thread safe, we use synchronized